Jai Vishnu Bhagavad Stotra Shada Srimad Bhagavad Sabai Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Gaur Premanande. So, did I tell you about why do we clap hands the first day? So, when Kirtan is going on, that's like when we are chanting Krishna's names in Nam Sankirtan, we have to sing loudly and we have to clap hands. So, is there anyone who knows why do we clap the hands? Yom Taliyam, why do we clap? Yeah. Pardon? Whatever it is there, it will change. Okay, it's mentioned in Skanda Puran that when we were all in the womb of mother, we all came from mother's womb. Is there anyone who came from cupboard, almirah? We all came from mother's womb, and when we took birth, we were ulta. On the first day itself, we were ulta, actually. We have seen Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's picture. Yeah? Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is lying down, and from his navel there is a stem, umbilical cord, and there is a kamal, lotus on the top. And who is sitting on the lotus?
Brahma.
Brahmaji is sitting. Okay? In Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter, the first shloka it says, Urdhvamulam atashakam ashvatam prahuravayam. Everything in the material world is ulta. The original form is in the spiritual world. Here everything is ulta. So, in the spiritual world, the umbilical cord is coming outside of the Lord's navel. In the material world, the umbilical cord is going inside the mother's navel. It's a reflection, ulta. And there the baby is sitting straight. Brahma is sitting straight. Here the babies are ultas. So, it's mentioned that when you were inside when you were inside the mother's womb, Brahmaji has written something on our forehead according to our previous lives. That's what they call, your destiny, fate, Nasib likha hai. Okay? In Malayalam they say Talayeluthu, Tamil they say Talayeluthu, all those things, right? It is likha hai on your head. That at the age of 4 your front tooth will fall, at the age of 8 you will fall from cycle, and at the 12 you are going to get so much mark, in 15 you will become class topper, and 25 you will get married, 30 you will be beaten up by wife. So it's all written on the forehead, and the baby is like a cashew nut inside the mother's womb, ulta, upside down. The baby is like a cashew nut, and legs are folded up like this, and hand is on the head. Okay? So after 5th month, 6th month, the hand gets separated, the legs started developing. So whatever is written on our head, became lines on the palm because it got separated like this. So all those lines are there, it's all our fate. That's why we go to astrologer and show how is my Uranus, how is my Neptune, how is my Friday, whether it is a holiday, all these things. So these lines are our good and bad. These are all our good and bad. So when we clap while Kirtan, all these lines will fly away like a birds in the paddy field. In the paddy field all the birds will come and stand, and they will tie one scarecrow like that, on fellow. But still some birds are very smart and will come and sit on the scarecrow's head. So some karma is very strong. Even though we do puja, arati and all, still it won't leave us. So you have to do loudly Nam Sankirtan, clapping the hand. All the karmas will get scared away and flew away from your house. It will never enter your house. That's why we keep clapping, right? Whenever there is a holy name going on, we should clap and we should sing loudly, right? Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya So you like holy name?
Yes.
You like chanting holy name? That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam, the last shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam is Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. That is what in Bhagavatam there are totally 18,000 shlokas. You know? And the last shloka says Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. So that is the medicine for the whole humanity. We have to simply do Hare Krishna, either in the form of japa or in the form of kirtan. That's all is our ultimate duty. Everything is a solution for everything. Okay? Yeah. So now we enter into Bhagavad Gita. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10 and text 11. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye. Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 and text number 11. Tesham evanukham pakam. Tesham evanukham pakam. Tesham evanukham pakam. Tesham evanukham pakam. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Yanadipena bhasvata. Yanadipena bhasvata. Yanadipena bhasvata. Yanadipena bhasvata. Tesham evanukham partam. Tesham evanukham partam. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Yanadipena bhasvata. Yanadipena bhasvata. Translation. To show them the special mercy, I dwelling in their heart, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. When Lord Chaitanya was in Banaras, promulgating the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Thousands of people were following him. Prakashananda Saraswati, a very influential and learned scholar in Banaras at that time, derided Lord Chaitanya for being a sentimentalist. Sometimes, Mayavadi philosophers criticize the devotees because they think that most of the devotees are in darkness of ignorance and are philosophically sentimentalists. Actually, that is not the fact. They are very, very learned scholars who have put forward the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or devotion. But even if a devotee does not take advantage of their literatures or of his spiritual master, if he is sincere in his devotional service, he is helped by Krishna himself within his heart. So, sincere devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness cannot be without knowledge. The only qualification is that one carry out devotional service in full Krishna consciousness. You all understood the purport? So we stop the class here. So it's a very, very nice purport. Here Prabhupada is comparing the knowledge with the light. He says, Jnana Deepena Bhaswata. The knowledge is compared to
the light.
Light. If there is no light, can we see each other? Can we see each other?
No.
No. We take the external help of light and we are living now. Right? If there is no light, if there is no sun at all, can we see each other? No. We will be in darkness. Right? So all of a sudden, imagine now the light goes off, we cannot see each other. But after few seconds, can we see each other in the darkness?
Yes.
You can see little glimpse and some shades and things like that. How are you able to see now? Initially you were not able to see. When the light went off, after a few seconds, how are you able to see?
Our eyes got to the
Yeah.
Eyes get accustomed. Materially, eyes get adjusted.
Eyes will never get adjusted. Without light, eyes can never get adjusted. Eyesight is based on the light. If there is no light, eyes cannot see. Memory? Okay, little closer. You can try little more.
There is
Mind. Okay, little more closer. Okay. I don't want to make your brain strain now. See, initially we are taking help of external light and we are seeing things. Once that light is shut off, there is a light from the soul. Actually the soul is light. Its character, one of the main characters of the soul is light. But now it is completely covered with other external things. Once the external things are not there and you are helpless, automatically you go inside your mind. You go and approach the soul. Then the soul supplies you a little bit of light and you are able to see. But if you are a pure-hearted person, like yogis and rishis and saints, without help of inner light, you can see everything as usual. The yogis can do that. They are completely depending on the soul. They are not depending on the external things. Like Draupadi, she was begging all her husbands when Dushasan was ripping her saree off. When she was helpless, she surrendered to Krishna, and Krishna was giving, kilometers of saree. Right? So in the same way, right now we depend on all external things. Once you understand really the external things are helpless, then we depend on soul or Paramatma, Krishna who is staying in the heart. Then automatically we get all benefits. That's the whole idea of Bhagavad Gita. Stop depending matter and depend on spirit. Right now, 99% we are depending on
Spirit.
matter. Stop depending on matter and depend on spirit. That's all. Like Draupadi, when she was ripped off, Dushasan was pulling her sari. Draupadi was not at all equal to Dushasan. Dushasan is a male. And in Mahabharata it says he is equal to 100 elephants. His strength is equal to 100 elephants. Whereas Draupadi is just a tender, beautiful female. And she went and begged to Yudhishthira, "Hey Dharmaputra, I am your married wife. Please do something. If you don't do, who is going to save me? Where will I go? Who is my shelter?" And Yudhishthira just bowed down his head and kept quiet. He didn't do anything. Then she went to Arjuna. "Hey Arjuna, you are so powerful. With one arrow you can bring rains from the sky. With another arrow you can break the earth into two. You are very powerful. Why don't you protect your wife? What happened to your valor and strength now?" Arjuna is also keeping quiet. Then she went to Bhima. "Hey Bhima, how many times I have given you food? At least for that sake you can come and save me." He also kept quiet. Then she went and begged to Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Dhritarashtra. She told Dhritarashtra, "Oh great king, don't be blind now. Try to see something. I am like your daughter." And she was rolling on the ground. She couldn't stand up with Dushasan. Then she went to Bhishma and said, "Oh grandfather, you don't see your granddaughter now? I'm crying, I'm weeping, I'm helpless. It's your responsibility. Please do something." Bhishma is not doing anything, but he's powdering his simhasana. He's so angry against Dhritarashtra, but he couldn't do anything against the king, so he's powdering her simhasana, crushing the simhasana into powders. Then she lifted one hand and loudly cried, "Keshava, Keshava, Pahi, Pahi." There's a beautiful song we sing in ISKCON, you know. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahi, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, raised one hand and loudly cried out for Krishna. Krishna also didn't come. Then she was holding the sari in one hand, lifting her hand up in the sky, and she's crying and screaming and begging Krishna for help. Krishna didn't turn up. Then after some time, she was completely bereft of help. Helpless, nirgati, no destination, no help, all alone. She lost faith in her husbands. She lost faith in her elders. And she simply raised both her arms and loudly chanted, "Krishna, Keshava, Pahi, Pahi, please save me." Then sari started coming. The sari was not 1 meter, 2 meter. It was kilometers long. What is the length of a normal sari?
5 meters.
Huh?
Mostly 10 meters.
How do you know, Baba?
Guess what?
10 meters?
Guess what?
6 meters. Okay. So Krishna was supplying sari which was kilometers of long. Not 1 or 2, it was like going on and on. Dushasana was pulling, finally completely drained out, all his energy gone. He couldn't pull further, he fainted and fell down. And after a long time, Draupadi happened to meet Krishna once in Kurukshetra. Then she asked, I was calling for you so much. I was begging. Why you didn't help me immediately? Then Krishna said, no, you didn't raise both of your arms. You were holding sari with one arm and raising another arm. If you call me helpless, I am there immediately. That's why, when we chant, even Lord Chaitanya, you can see, with raised arms. It is a symbol of complete surrender. That's why when we raise, people who are not completely surrendered, they will raise this much. After coming to ISKCON 6 months, it will go up. After 1 year, it will go up. Then they get 2-3 challenges, they will raise like this. Krishna, you are everything for me. So it's a symbol of full surrender. We raise our arms and simply cry for Krishna's names. How many of you like to do that? Thank you very much. So, this is something the shloka is explaining about detachment, which is very, very necessary, highly essential. And whereas we can practice detachment only if we have knowledge. If we don't have knowledge, we cannot practice detachment. And it is explained how a Vaishnava should be. Vaishnavas should be like candle. You know all candle? You know candle? Right. Vaishnavas are compared to candles because the candle melts itself, kills itself, destroys itself and gives light to. He is called a Vaishnava. He doesn't give priority to his personal things. He is ready to kill himself but help others. Vaishnava janato dene kahiye peed parai aane re pad ko pakar kare je man abhiman aane re. Surdas sang this song actually. Narsi Mehta, but it says Surdas. Narsi Mehta, okay. So he sang this song. Vaishnava janato dene kahiye peed parai aane re. Who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava is a person, if he sees anybody in distress, he is there on that moment. He rushes to help them. Peed parai aane re, pardu ko pakar kare je, man abhiman aane re. After doing all the favors, he doesn't take credit. He doesn't go around telling, hey, I did that for him. He was really struggling. The last minute, somehow Krishna's mercy, I was there. He's not telling it was Krishna's mercy. Somehow by Krishna's mercy, I was happened to be there and I did the whole thing. It is a help in the mode of Rajaguna. Passion. Like in India, this Lions Club and so many clubs are there. Here also I think there are clubs. And God has given such a beautiful status for us. What is it? Manushya Janma. Durlabham Manava Janma. Manushya Janma. It is very, very difficult to get human life. But what happened here, people after earning money, they go and become a member in Lions Club and they say, I am Lion Dinakaran. If you are a Lions Club member, your title is what? Lion. Are Baba, God gave you human birth. It is very rare. Why do you want to go back to animal kingdom again? I am Lion Dinakaran. This is Mrs. Lioness and this is Lion's Cup. The kids are Lion's Cup. Okay? So, human beings' mentality is always to degrade down. Go down. Krishna is helping you and we want to go down, down, down like that. So, these Lions Club people, they will do charity for example, 1,000. They did something. Somewhere they have put some few water pumps and lights and things like that. Did a charity for 1,000. Then, they will hold a party for 5,000 to announce their charity of 1,000. It is charity in the mode of passion. If you go to Tamil Nadu, you can go to see all the temples. There will be tube lights on the on the ceiling. The tube light is just 100 rupees in India. They will spend 250 rupees by paying, donated by so and so, address, email, telephone number, everything. It is not real sacrifice. It is in the mode of passion. So here Krishna is saying, devotees are not supposed to be like that. They should be like candles. Candle kills himself. It burns. It melts. It is not complaining, but giving light to the entire place. So devotee should never bother about his personal conveniences and inconvenience. He should be ready to serve other people. Not only Vaishnavas, he should be ready to serve everyone. When during Lord Chaitanya's time, there was a Brahmana with leper Brahmana with leprosy. You know, all the fingers melt in leprosy. It all, it gets decomposed and it will fall. Every day some portion of the flesh and bones you can see. It will melt. The fingers and all will be finally like that. It will go down. And you can see the skins peeling off. You can see the bones. Brahmana had real severe leprosy. And because it is like so severe and so bad, there were worms moving inside that wounds. Tiny worms. It moves inside the wound. It's like unbearable pain. The worms used to go inside, go through one wound, come through the another, and go through somewhere else, come there and horrible. And this Brahmana couldn't move. He couldn't walk. He was dragging himself on the floor. He can't move from, already fingers and all gone. He's moving like that with his fist and things like that. Very bad shape. One day, he happened to hit a stone and he fell down and rolled a few meters. You know what happened? All the worms from the wound just went out. It sprang up because he hit something, it all went from his body. All the worms, so many jumped here and there and all. Then this Brahmana thought, these worms have taken shelter of me. If I renounce them, where they will go? He went back to the worms, picked them one by one, put it back in his wounds. Lord Chaitanya happened to hear about that Brahmana. What a great person he is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and hugged him. Is there anyone who will touch a leprosy Brahmana with so many worms? The Lord came and embraced him. He was telling, no Lord, don't touch me, don't touch me. And the Lord just embraced him, felt his body, felt so happy. Immediately the Brahmana got his youthful body back. So that is sacrifice. We can never imagine like that. It's impossible. So that is Vaishnavas. They give shelter not only to devotees, they give shelter to everybody. And we can do this simply by having knowledge. Knowledge gives detachment. We should understand about Krishna, Krishna's mercy, then we can develop this knowledge. So simply renouncing is not correct. On the basis of bhakti, we should do renunciation. We all know the story of Bharata Maharaj, right? Such a powerful king. He was ruling the entire universe. Chakravarti, the emperor. He had 5 beautiful angelical wives and 100 powerful sons. Each son is like a wild stallion. You know the stallions that goes on the race, the horses with long hairs and hooves and fire coming out of their nose, very powerful. Each son is like stallion. How many sons Bharata had?
100.
How many wives?
5.
He had chariots, he had gold, palaces, the entire planet to rule. But he renounced everything like a dirt. Such a great person. He said, I don't want anything. Just renounced it. Okay? He did right or wrong?
Right. No, wrong.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Right. Okay, fine. Then he went to forest. Then he started doing meditation, Ashtanga Yoga, meditating on Paramatma in the heart, seeing the beautiful lotus feet of Lord Vishnu placed on the pinkish lotuses and all tulsi beautiful leaves on his lotus feet and the bees going around the lotus feet. And you know, there's a shloka prayed by Kunti Devi, Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. So Bhagavan's Lord Vishnu's navel is like a lotus flower. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, he has got a garland made of lotus flower. Nama Pankaja Netraya, eyes are like lotus petals. Pinkish lotus petals extended up to his ears, you know, like that. It goes like Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajandre, lotus feet. This Bharata Maharaja was meditating constantly on that and slowly developing detachment. And he raised from sadhana bhakti, raganuga bhakti. There are 8 levels of bhakti, you know, and the final one is bhava and prema. He has raised up to bhava level. From sadhana, raganuga, like that, he went up to bhava bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is, that's the first step. Sadhana bhaktis are meant for sadhakas, means beginners, and the first step is to sincerely, attentively chant 16 full rounds. So how many of us are sadhakas now? Attentively, without missing one mantra, chant all the 16 malas. Any Matajis? So which shows we have not even started our spiritual life. Not even on the first step. We are somewhere beating around on the floor only. We are not climbing the staircase now. Right? So, but Bharata Maharaja crossed sadhana bhakti, raganuga bhakti, went up to bhava bhakti. Completely seeing the Lord's form in his heart. And when he was meditating, he saw a pregnant deer. Fully pregnant, any time the deer can deliver a baby. And the deer couldn't move. And the deer is very tired. You know, the last moment of pregnancy and things like that. The deer was so tired and pain and moving, right? And came up to the waters. So when the baby takes birth in this world, it is very painful, which means material world is not the right place. If it is the right place, we should all come to this world happily singing. Here the mother is also crying, the baby is also crying. Nobody is happy there. They are crying out of pain, which means delivering a baby is a problem. It is a mistake. If it is a rightful thing, the baby should be smiling and coming out. And mother should be smiling and delivering a baby. Is there any mothers who smile and deliver a baby? No. Which says this is a dukkhalayam. So when the baby takes birth, the baby is crying. When a man dies, everybody else is crying. So the life starts with crying and ends in crying. And what life is it? Dukkhalayam mashashvatam. It is a crying life. Only when you come to Krishna, you are smiling. Otherwise, it is all crying life. So Bhagavatam says material world is miserable. Then, I think I am going a little too much. Sorry if I hurt you. Then, the deer is delivering the baby. Almost. Then, she was so thirsty, she came and drank water from the river. Suddenly, from somewhere in the dense forest, the deer heard a loud roaring of a lion. She got scared, scared of her life, and she jumped inside the water. And at that moment, the deer delivered the beautiful baby deer. And because of so much of pain and scared, the mother deer was washed off in the water. She died and she was just washed off in the water, and the baby deer is just floating on the waves of the river. Bharata Maharaja saw that. Because he's such a great saint, he felt so much pity, he ran and lifted the deer, baby deer, and the deer has not opened its eyes. So he placed it next to him and continued meditation. Was that right or wrong? Right. Okay, you all agree that is right. Fine. Then the baby deer is next to Bhagavad Maharaja, and he is simply meditating. And human babies take 1 year to walk and talk and do everything, right? The deers take just 4 hours to get up and walk. They'll get up like that, again they'll fall, again they'll get up, again they'll fall. 4 5 times they're ready, they start running. Actually, humans are wasted. They will take 1 year to walk properly. Deer just walks in 4 hours. And it opened its eyes, and the deer started licking Bharata Maharaja. Bharata Maharaja felt very compassionate towards the deer, and he started patting it. Was that right or wrong? Right. Then he thought, anyway the deer is a baby now. Why to leave it? Any animal can catch and eat, wild animals can devour the deer. So, but at the same time I cannot make the deer starve. So he got some grasses and some water, and the deer started eating it. Was that right or wrong?
It's wrong.
Right, okay. Then, because he fed the deer was not leaving him only. It was going around him. When he goes to forest, it is also following. When he is meditating, it is also sitting. Right? And Bharata Maharaja started liking the company of deer. No harm anyway, because he is such a great man who renounced 5 wives and 100 children and the whole empire. Deer is nothing. So he didn't bother. Was that right or wrong? Right? Then one day when he was meditating, and when in between when he opened his eyes, he saw the deer was missing. Then he closed and meditated. He couldn't meditate on Vishnu. He was meditating on the deer. Where it is gone? Maybe some animals catched, or it got killed, or washed away in the water. He couldn't sit down there peacefully and meditate on Lord Vishnu. That happens to us also. Morning you fight with your partner or something like that, whole day you cannot do anything properly. You cannot chant, you cannot do seva. It's going on again and again in the mind. So Bharata Maharaja stopped his meditation, got up, went in search of the deer. Was that right or wrong? Wrong, obviously it's wrong. Then he was searching, where is the deer, where is the deer? At that time, he tripped on something, some rocks and wood, he fell down, crashed his head and died. So he took birth as a deer. See how subtly the material world works? Initially we won't feel that was not wrong. Anyway, he just helped the deer, that was not wrong. He fed the deer, that was also not wrong. Right? He kept it next to him, that was also not wrong. But material world will put Maya in you like a thin needle. It will go like that, like that, like that. You won't know. Even though there is a small pain, you will, that's okay. It's fine. I can manage. But it will go, finally it will turn into a big spear. The needle will, right? So material world is very dangerous. If we get attached to something very light, which is small in the beginning, but in the end it will turn to be something and it will finish. Right? Like Bharata Maharaja. And it cost him 3 lives. The amount which he wanted to pay for that mistake was 3 lives for a simple mild attachment for the deer. So how much we are supposed to pay? How many janmas we should pay? For a simple attachment towards the baby deer, Bharata Maharaja paid 3 lives as a payment. First he came as Bharata Maharaja, second life he came as a deer, and the third he came as Jagat. Because he thought of deer and died, he took birth as a deer. But he had that consciousness, okay, I shouldn't do mistake. That time all the female deers will come like that next to him. He will turn his face. He won't look at the female deers. When the tiny deers will come to play with him, he will look up the sky. He won't play. He won't eat green grass. He will go and look for the dry grasses, waste grass. He will eat that only. He was very careful not to get attached even for grass. Very careful he was. So devotees should be careful like that in spiritual life. Don't try to do mistake. Somebody came and gave you, cake, no, my son's party. That's not offered. Oh yeah, it's okay. Anyway, eggless cake only, no, fine. He'll start eating. Then the eggless cake will become egg cake. Then it will become something else. One by one, it will go off. Right? So the deed was very, extremely careful, and it took birth as Jata. Jata means dumb. Am I boring you? No. You're feeling sleepy?
No.
It's 9 o'clock. Should I stop?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So the third life was Jada. Jada means dumb. So his mother actually passed away. He took birth in a Brahmana's house. The mother passed away. Then the Brahmana married the second wife. And the second wife also had lot of children. See, normally the stepmothers will not have affection towards the other children as their own children. There will be a small difference. So they will give all sorts of job to this Jada and he won't do anything properly. He was purposely acting like a fool, because if he expresses his intelligence and smartness, he may get trapped on some responsibility. So he was acting like a fool. They will tell him, Jada, you go and feed the cows with that all that water and things like that. He will take this cows to somewhere else, not to feed them. Purposely doing that mistake. Finally they got fed up, You are such a waste, useless son, spoiling the whole thing. You do this job. This is like a simple job any fool can do. What is the job? Take the cow dung, make chapatis out of the cow dung and paste it on the wall. And try it, make it cow dung that, used as fire for putting fire,
Yes.
Cow dung cakes, yeah, you're right. That was a stupid job any fool can do. So they told Jada, you do this. Then what he did? He took all the cow dung, made it pastries and put it on the cow only. Not on the wall. So the mother and father got wild, angry. They thought of getting rid of him. Throw him away somewhere. Better let him die. We don't want him anymore. Then they thought, okay, we will send him to the paddy field in the night so that he can protect the paddy field. Because night animals may come and eat off, the thieves may come and steal all the paddy and go. So they thought of sending him. Anyway, if anything goes wrong also, no problem. We will be happy without him. So they sent him there. Then he went to the paddy field in the night. He is not bothered about the paddy. He is simply closing his eyes and singing songs about Krishna. Animals are coming and eating paddy, so many people are taking. He is not at all bothered. Simply singing names of Krishna. That time, some Mahakali's worshippers came. Kali, red color eyes, and the hair is like fire, 18 hands, and all Trishul and all sorts of things on the hands, and very Gora, white looking form, fearsome. The Kali Bhaktas came. They were looking for an animal for sacrifice. They wanted some animal so that they can go and cut it in front of Kali. Then one Kali Bhakta saw, see, there is a man, he is also like animal only. People call him Jada. He is a dumb fellow. He is useless. He is fit for nothing. Even if we kill, nobody will bother. Then the pujari said, okay, fine, let us take him. And this man, what he is doing? Simply closing his eyes and chanting Krishna, Rama, Govinda. Then all the Kali worshippers came and lifted him. He saw them, all the Kali worshippers. He knew that they are taking him to be butchered. Still, he didn't react. He just was chanting Krishna's name. They lifted him, he chanted. They carried him, still he chanted. They went and gave him a bath, Still he was chanting. They gave him yellow garments. Still he was chanting. They put him in front of Kali. Simply he was chanting. Then the main pujari came with a huge sword. You know, this Kali was dancing and coming. You know, they go around the body and they wanted. Finally, this man lifted the sword and about to cut. Almost it came close to the neck. Within fraction of second, real Kali Mata broke out of the deity. She couldn't tolerate that the Vaishnava is getting hurt. Somebody is killing a Vishnu Bhakta. She couldn't tolerate. She broke the deity, came out with 18 hands. Not only she had 100 servants also. Chandi, Mundi, all sorts of people. They came and caught every Brahman, the pujaris. They caught the pujaris, you know, caught their shika, you know. The Brahmanas will have shika, the pujaris will have shika. The Kali came and caught the guy, holded the shika like Pepsi Pop till they opened her head, the pujari's head, threw his head, caught the trunk, drank all blood. Jada Bharat ki, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki, Krishna Balaram ki. Then Kali Ma and her servants started drinking blood. Like you drink from a bottle, they started catching each pujari and drinking blood. So never ever try to hurt a Vaishnava. We don't know, maybe our blood is also sweeter. We should never hurt anybody. Not a single person. I told you about Rukmani and Krishna playing dice and Narada coming there.
No.
Huh? Oh, I told them, not here. Okay, fine. So one day, Krishna was playing with Rukmani. He had 16,108 wives. And he will do different things with different wives. With Rukmani, he's all the time sitting and discussing, officially, very respectfully, lovingly he will do. With Satyabhama, he will tease her all the time, mock her all the time, pull her all the time, degrade her all the time. With Satyabhama. And with Jambavati, morning, Krishna will jump into the battlefield. And Jambavati will take swords and spears and shield and she will start fighting with Krishna. Because she is from a Jambavan, bear, that Karadi family. Jambavati is from there. She was equal to 20 men. Jambavati. So Krishna likes to fight with her. And most of the time Krishna will get defeated also. Jambavati will turn victorious. So Krishna was having one leela with one wife. One day, Krishna thought, let me tease Rukmani today. So Krishna was playing dice with Rukmani and all of a sudden Krishna said, Rukmani, do you remember our olden days? Rukmani's face became brighter. She was so happy. Lord is remembering their olden days. Said, yes my Lord, I remember. You came away with me? And she said, yeah, I remember, I came away with you. You ran away with me without telling to your parents? Her face started slowly changing. How characterless you were. Is it good for a lady from a proper house without telling your fathers and brother? This happened 5,000 years back. If it is today, the lady will speak back. That was 5,000 years back. The lady was, very quiet. And Rukmani slowly started feeling she couldn't bear the severeness of Krishna's words. Krishna was going on and on. You are characterless. How can you do that? All the citizens will learn from you. You are princess of the kingdom. Then slowly Rukmani started crying. Hot tears were coming out of her eyes. Her garments and all was getting wet out of tears. And she didn't know. She wanted to just run away from the place. But because the Lord is saying, she just tolerated and stood there. At that wrong time, Narada entered. And Krishna said, Rishi, Naraji, please come. We are having some conversation. Please be the judge now. Narada thought some fun and he also entered it, but he didn't know it was a severe problem. Then Krishna explained the whole story to Narada and said, Naradaji, you tell me now, whatever Rukmani did is wrong only, no? And Naradaji was in a big fix. What to say now? Whether to support Krishna or support Rukmani Devi? Then immediately Naradaji said a shloka from Manusmriti that only husband has got a right to hurt his wife. Nobody else has got a right to hurt anybody. We cannot hurt our friends, we cannot hurt our seniors, we cannot hurt our juniors, we cannot hurt our peers, we can never hurt anybody. Then what to speak about Vaishnavas? We should never hurt anybody. Narada said that shloka, paid namaskara, left the place. So, it is something very serious. We should never hurt anybody. If we hurt, then we have to eat leeches. If you hurt anybody once, you have to eat leeches. For one hurting, one leech. Okay? There was one Brahmana, he was commenting on everybody under the sun. He sees anybody, he will pass one comment on them. You know, there are some famous devotees also like that. They will sarcastically comment on anything and everything and as though they are up in the mountain. So he was commenting on everything and everyone. So for each bad comment, he is supposed to eat one leech when he goes back to Naraka. You know leech?
Yes.
You don't know leech?
Yes.
Yeah, it sucks the blood. It's like a black, white, grey color, yellow color. It will come. It is so cool. It's cold. If you touch, you will feel it's cool. But it will, fall on your feet or leg. You won't know it is there. Then it will start sucking the blood and it will become, swollen and big and big. It will take half a liter of blood from you. You have to eat that. If you hurt anybody. Okay? You have to eat the blood sucker. So, this Brahmana was hurting anybody and everybody under the sun, and finally Yamaraj had 1,000 leeches for him, kept ready. Okay. One day Chitragupta felt something bad, this Brahmana unknowingly doing so many mistakes, he has to eat 1,000 leeches, let me go and help him. So he went and told him, see, come on, stop hurting people, you have to eat so many leeches. Oh, is it? What to do now? How can I get out of this? Then he said, okay, I will give you one plan, one trick. From tomorrow morning, every day, you go, sit underneath a palm tree and start drinking milk. Every day you should drink 1 glass milk sitting under the palm tree. If you are from a country, village in India, you know what people used to drink sitting under the palm tree. What they will drink? Toddy, not milk. Right? Sitting under the palm tree. If you are from a village, maybe new generation, they don't know what it is. So they will sit under the palm tree and drink toddy. So this Brahmana was given instruction, every day go to the palm tree, sit under the palm tree and drink what?
1 glass milk.
1 glass milk. So he started sincerely following that. Then everybody, morning, sabere shuru kar diya. Started drinking, So whenever each person is passing a comment, 1 leech is getting transferred from his account to that guy's account. One leech is getting transformed, And finally he had 1 leech left up. So one day his wife came and told, why are you behaving like this? Why are you making people to speak like this? Why don't you behave properly? Why don't you behave yourself? Then the man said, there was 1 leech left, now you take that. We should never, it's not a joke, it's something very serious. We should never hurt anybody in this world. Right? So, the devotion, the holy name is something very, very important. We should simply chant that sincerely and develop all these great noble Vaishnava qualities. In Bhagavatam it says, Vaishnava means Sadhu Bhushana. He is the ornament of the Lord. We are all going to be on the Lord's shoulders and hands and on His crown someday. So how good we should be. Vaishnava is a sadhu bhushana. We should repair ourselves. Slowly we should make ourselves fit to be offered at the lotus feet of
The Lord.
Lord Vishnu. You know? So it's something very serious. We have to pick up like that. We should render service in that mood, out of complete humility. So it's time to stop now. Anyway, I'll finish it with this statement, small thing. There was one servant of Lord Chaitanya whose name was Govinda. Such a dedicated, sincere servant. You know, he will do simply everything to please Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya is very beautiful, handsome, magnanimous, merciful. If you enter this room, on that wall they have put that shloka, Achanulambita Bhujau. The Lord Chaitanya's arms are extended up to his knees. Achanulambita Bhujau. The arms and shoulders are so long, the hand is up to his knees. You know, Kanakavataro, what is it, Kamalaya Dato, Vishwambaro, Dvijavaro, all that shloka, very beautiful shloka is there. So Lord is very merciful. He was giving mercy to the Chandalas, he was giving mercy to fishermen, to Brahmanas. Anybody who sees Lord Chaitanya, simply they will raise their arm and chant Hare Krishna. So Vaishnava should be like that. By their pleasing appearance, they should make others remember Krishna. When other karmi sees you, they should simply remember Krishna. Krishna is so sweet. Adaram Maduram, Hasitam Maduram, Gamanam Maduram. You know that shloka? Maduratipate Rakhilam Maduram. Everything about the Lord is so sweet. We should also preach Krishna consciousness very sweetly. You know, there are two ways of preaching. Preaching and bringing more people, and preaching and throwing more people. Both are preaching only. So Lord is so sweet, so we should present Krishna consciousness also very sweetly. And whomever sees Lord Chaitanya, they will simply forget and they will raise their arms and chant Hare Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya had a servant by name Govinda. Every day when Lord Chaitanya finishes his lunch, Govinda used to sit and massage Lord Chaitanya's feet for the next 1 or 2 hours so that Lord Chaitanya can take peaceful rest. One day, Lord Chaitanya purposely went and slept at the door so that Govinda cannot enter and massage his feet. You know, he was blocking the door and Lord Chaitanya slept on the door, at the doorstep, so that Govinda cannot enter the room. If he wants to enter, he has to cross the Lord. So he won't enter anyway. So Lord Chaitanya purposely went and slept there. So Lord Chaitanya opened the door and he saw Lord sleeping there. But it is time for his service. What is his service? Massaging the Lord's feet. And he was trying to go this side, that side, but there is no space. So he removed his uttariya chadar, wrapped it around the Lord, and he crossed the Lord and went inside, started massaging the feet. Then after 2 long hours, Lord Chaitanya got up from his deep slumber and asked Govinda, you took your prasada lunch today? Govinda said, no my Lord, I have not taken my lunch. Why? Why you wasted time? You could have gone and taken prasada. Then Govinda said, how can I go my Lord? You were sleeping at the doorstep, how can I go? Then Lord Chaitanya asked, then how did you came in? Then Govinda sent a wonderful reply. He said, I crossed you, my Lord. For your service, I am ready to take any amount of sin. But for my own pleasure, I won't dare to do a bit. That was a wonderful statement by Lord Chaitanya. So we should remember all these things and try to practice this. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yeah, Govinda was his godbrother, but he was a servant of Lord Chaitanya. Ishwar Puri sent him to serve. Any questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
How much questions will they ask you?
Why he didn't?
Sudarshana to save
Why he didn't send Sudarshan?
Yes.
Sudarshan's job is to burn out everything, kill people and things like that. Sudarshan cannot give sari back. Why Krishna gave sari? There is a story behind that. Once when Yudhishthira Maharaj was celebrating his Rajasuya Yajna, when he was commemorated as the emperor of the whole universe, Krishna was the chief guest there. You know, they had Ishtagoshti. You know Ishtagoshti? Before any festival they will have meetings. How to do? Prabhu, you take prasadam. Prabhu, you take hall arrangements. Prabhu, you take finance. You know, we delegate services. It's a meeting before every celebration. So, Pandavas also had a meeting before the celebration. Okay? You're all listening?
Yes.
Yeah. Not sleeping, right?
No.
So Pandavas also had a meeting that Yudhishthira Maharaj said, my service is to take care of all the visitors. Bhimasena said, my service is to feed them nicely. Go give them food for everyone. Arjuna said, my service is to make their rooms very comfortable, their bed is nice, every facility. All that, there are thousands and thousands of brahmanas and kings and pandits coming there. So they delegated all the services. Every service, there is not a single service left. Somebody took the service of cleaning the floor first. Somebody said, I will do the second cleaning. Somebody said, I will do the third cleaning. You know, because there was no services left, people were repeating the service. Everything was divided. At the end of the meeting, as usual, Krishna came and said, Yudhishthira, my dear brother, I also want some seva. Please give me some seva. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, what seva we can give you? We are ready to serve you all the time. What can we give you? No. You don't speak like that. This is a joint venture. We are doing together. We should try to please the guests. I also need some service. But the Pandavas were not ready to give any service to Krishna. So they were hesitating, telling this, trying that and all. But the Lord was very adamant. I want some seva. Actually, we should learn like that. We should be very adamant in serving Krishna. Krishna said, I want some seva. When Yudhishthira Maharaj was in a big problem, then he told Bhagwan, okay, Supreme Lord, there is actually nothing left. You can find something on your own and you can do. Because they were so sure nothing is left out. So they told Krishna, you find some of your own seva and you do that. Krishna said, okay. Then the next day morning, Bhimasena running to Yudhishthira Maharaj's room like a mad elephant. He was breaking all the pots and everything and rushing inside. And Yudhishthira Maharaj asked, what are you doing? Why are you running like a madman? What is happening? You said, no, you come. I don't have time to tell you now. You come with me, I'll show you. Jai Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki Jai, Jagat Baladev Subhadra ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yeah, where do I stop?
I'll show you.
Yeah, you're all following, huh? Come, I'll show you. There is something. You please come. Yudhishthira, tell me what. No, there's no time to tell you. Come. And he dragged Yudhishthira and went. And they saw Lord Krishna sitting in the entrance, covering himself with a blanket so that nobody will notice him, and collecting chappals of each guest, cleaning it, keeping it in the rack. Supreme Lord is doing this. You know? That is devotional service. There's nothing like big, small, this, that and all. Krishna himself taking the shoes of every guest, cleaning the shoes, keeping back in the rack. With a blanket covered on him so that nobody will know who it is. And Yudhishthira Maharaj's eyes and all filled with tears. What to do with the Lord now? Right? So, in that Rajasuya Yajna, actually Krishna is the chief guest. He is supposed to sit on the Simhasana. He is the chief guest, but he is at the doorstep receiving the shoes. They took him and made him sit on the Simhasan. And Krishna was sitting on the Simhasan. Each person was giving different gifts. So many are giving gifts. One particular Deva came and gave a golden sword. Talwar, sword. And Krishna took that sword. By mistake, he cut his finger. So blood was coming out. So immediately all the queens, he had 16,108 wives. They all went in different directions. Somebody went to take a doctor. Somebody went for medicine. Different things. Draupadi, who was standing next to him, she tore her sari and tied Krishna's finger. And Krishna said, I will never forget this. Because Draupadi gave such a tiny piece of sari, Krishna gave kilometers of sari back. That's why Krishna didn't send Sudarshan, he came personally because he had a pending account to settle. Yeah, you got the answer, Prabhuji? Yes. Okay, any other question? Yes.
This is regarding the Vaishnava.
Yeah.
And this question is like, there are some devotees, or sometimes with temple management, they have to take care as per the internal issues.
Yeah.
In that case, the hurting is, how to tackle this?
You can solve the problem without hurting also, because Bhagavatam, somewhere in a lecture Prabhupada is mentioning, don't try to put a fire with a fire. There's a fire already up. Then you are throwing some more fire and trying to turn off the fire. You can never do that. If you want to turn the fire off, you should pour water. When somebody is hot, you have to be cool. Then only it will match. You are also going and approaching very hot, it will burst out. Right? So we should think what are the best steps to solve by being very calm, soft, smiling, cool, pleasing. It's possible. If it is not possible, Krishna won't tell that in Bhagavad Gita. He's telling that means it is possible. Right? He's saying Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajo Guna Samudbhava, Mahasano, Mahapapmo, Vidyena. It's very dangerous, Kama and Krodha. So he's telling, put it off. It's possible. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
In this Kali Yuga, everybody's karma yoga only.
Yeah.
Still any jnana yogas?
Jnana yogis are there. Once Prabhupada was traveling in the car with some of his leading disciples and crossing through Allahabad or Jhansi, then he saw on the road so many sannyasis, Some sannyasis were tying their mouths with clothes, some of them bald head, some of them full of hairs, some of them green color, yellow color, white color, multicolor, some of them red cloth, some of them naked, all sorts of sannyasis are there in this world. And Prabhupada asked what these people are doing. Then the disciples said they are all on Mauna Vrata. They are all, it's very famous among some days, 48 hours, 76 hours Mauna Vrata. Then the disciples will come and ask, Guruji, Maharaj, I have something to do, what is your answer? Then the Guruji will tell, like that, because they are on Mauna Vrata, they won't speak. So Prabhupada asked, what is that? Then they said they are on Mauna Vrata. Prabhupada said, stupids, rascal. Let them, they were, okay, I forgot to tell you, they are on Mauna Vrata and they were fasting also. Prabhupada said, let them fast to death. I will eat prasada and simply serve Krishna. So all those things are very impractical in this period now. We have to simply eat. Vaishnava means Akanda Bhajan, Akanda Bhojan. Akanda Bhajan means non-stop bhajan. Keep on chanting Krishna's name. Akanda Bhojan means eat till your name. If you bend down, it should come out. That's all Vaishnava says. Yeah. Yeah, that next. Yeah.
They said few are fortunate. Few are fortunate
Yes.
Krishna conscious.
Yeah.
Somebody call it as Agyata Sukruti.
Yeah.
But you mean it's, I don't understand Agyata Sukruti.
No, it is not exactly Agyata Sukruti alone. It is combination of three. One is your previous life you might have done something good. Right? And the second is you get very great unconditional blessings from some senior, maybe guru or somebody. And the third, you also know this is good and you are putting little sadhana. So combination of these three only makes a man devotee. Something in past life you might have done something good, plus you got some very big mercy from some seniors, maybe guru or somebody, plus you know this is right and you tried it. So different percentage of combination of these three makes a man devotee. Sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes all the three put together, sometimes in different ratios makes a man.
The person who enters into Krishna consciousness
Has got some connection with the three.
in the next Janma,
Yeah.
if he still continues, he is at least bound to be Krishna consciousness.
If he is able to remember Krishna at the time of death, definitely he will go back. If he is not able to do, he is on halfway, still Krishna will give a lot of chances. He will be put in a nice Vaishnava family. He will get birth in nice association. You know, he will get all positive chances. Yeah, yeah, Prabhuji.
Second chapter, Gita is come. Meaning is that somebody wants to pray or preach, pray on or meditate on a particular god or demigod. Krishna fixes mentality or Shraddha on that one, but ultimate and the Bhokta. But Krishna fixes on that, he can fix on his meditation on himself also. Why the person even is doing the puja?
No, I'm not able to hear you. I'm not able to hear you clearly. Maybe you can come front or take my.
I want to say that in this sloka, Krishna says that I'm the focusing his Shraddha on that God, but ultimate I am the Bhokta.
Okay.
And the
Krishna
Bhokta.
is telling, even though they are putting faith on different Devas, finally I am the person indirectly sanctioning it. Yes.
And I'm fixing his focus on that one. I'm
Yes.
trying to fix him.
Yeah.
So when he has the fix, he can allow that person to meditate on himself also.
Why he is doing indirect? Your question is, why don't they do direct? Right? Okay. So in that same shloka, Krishna is explaining, people with material desires. Krishna doesn't want, he wanted only pure people. That's why he is telling, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam. That is very important. You surrender to me alone. He doesn't like people. Monday they will go to Durga temple, Tuesday they will go to Shiva temple, Wednesday to Ganapati temple, Thursday Vishnu temple, Sunday holiday. So Krishna doesn't want those kind of devotees. He wanted pure. That's why he's saying, Mam Ekam Shar. They should surrender to me alone. He's very selfish about that. You know, you should surrender to him alone. Then in another shloka is telling, Mam Chayo Avyabhicharena. It's really a bad word Krishna is using. He is telling, my devotee should not be like a prostitute. Avyabhicharena. Vyabhachari means who? Prostitute. Prostitute will show faith to whomever pays money. You know, whoever pay her money, she will show the faith. But Krishna is telling, my devotee should be avyabhicharena. He should be chaste towards me alone. You know, so he wanted people like that. If you have little material desires, he will direct you to different doors and put your faith there, do everything. Anyway, I will bless you, but be there only. Got the answer? Yeah, Prabhuji.
Lord Gita is regardless of our
Yes.
Lord Buddha is very clear.
Yeah.
There is no life after
I didn't understand the last part. Buddha was very clear.
that. Because you talk about the world,
Yeah.
there is no life after that.
Yes.
So absolute truth is always absolute.
Yes.
How this inconsistency can...
No, the thing is, Buddha, it is a whole time hierarchy involved. See, somebody came first and gave a little bit of truth, then the next avatara came and exposed a little more truth, then the next acharya came and gave little more truth, and finally Lord Chaitanya came and gave the ultimate truth. It is like, you know, suppose you are in 3rd standard, I am trying to teach you PhD maths, we will never understand, right? So for example, in 3rd standard, 5 minus 10 is impossible. If you are a 3rd standard kid, if I ask you to subtract 5, 5 minus 10, we will say, the 3rd standard kid will say, what a stupid question it is. But you say the same question to a 10th standard student, he will say the answer is -5. Right? So, Krishna also through different avatars trying to give. First he gave little percentage of knowledge. The next avatar he came and stretched it little more. Then he came and stretched further more. Then Lord Chaitanya came and gave the ultimate. There is a book in ISKCON. It calls Elements of the Vedic Truth by Satswarup Das Goswami. It has got a full detail what Shankaracharya said, what Madhvacharya said, what Buddha said, why they said like that. It's a very nice explanation. You can read. Different avatars gave different percentage of truth. What Buddha said is not wrong, but it is not complete. You got the point, bro? At least you got the idea what it is? Yeah, thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, say you find all names of Krishna.
Yeah, you find all names of Krishna. You find Bhagavatam, all names of Krishna there in Bhagavatam. In Bhagavad Gita it is there. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is there. Amar Chitrakatha it is there. Krishna's names are there. What's your question? You want to know that, that's all. Yeah, it's there.
And in different places they tell 9th avatar is different. Like some places they tell it's Buddha, some places they tell it's Jagat, all that, which is correct.
Oh, Baba, you are asking too much. Actually, I don't know whether you will understand, but I'm saying there are so many avatars of Krishna. It is like the waves. Have you seen an ocean?
Yes.
Can you count the waves?
No.
No. So Krishna has got avatars like waves. Every now also it's somewhere, some planet Krishna has come. Every minute, every second Krishna is taking avatar. It is like waves. Nobody can count. But one famous poet was there. His name was Jayadev Goswami. He liked 10 avatars. He took 10. Doesn't mean there were only 10 avatars. Those 10 avatars were of his choice. So he made a song with 10 avatars and that became a standard. So my question is, does Krishna has got only 10 avatars?
No.
Unlimited, okay? So somebody selected something as 10 avatars. And in that song, he named the 9th avatar is Buddha. Then when the song came to South India, South Indian people didn't like Buddha very much. They took Buddha and put Krishna. And when the song went to Jagannath Puri, they took Krishna and put Jagannath. If the song goes to Saudi, they will put Allah there. Okay? You got the answer? Very good question.
He saw in Jagannath Puri.
He saw in Jagannath.
He heard about it.
Okay, that's a good question. Yes, Prabhuji.
Every family has 4 Kuladevata.
Yeah, they have Kuladeva.
It will say that whenever you have a problem, you should say first name of the Kuladevata.
Yes.
So how do we go about it?
That is called, there are 2 Vidhis. One is, Vaidika Vidhi and another one is Bhagavad Vidhi. There are 2 rules to go back to God, okay? If you are following Vaidika Vidhi, the rules of Vedas, you are supposed to worship your Kuldevta, you are supposed to worship your Pitra, you are supposed to worship your ancestors, your grandfathers, forefathers, and Panchopasana. You are supposed to worship the 5 Devatas, Indra, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Durga, Indra, Ganesha. Panchopasana. So if you are going through Vaidik Vidhi, you are supposed to worship the 5 Devatas compulsory. You are supposed to worship your Pitra, forefathers. You are supposed to worship your Kula Devatas and Guru. Then it becomes complete. But if you are going into Bhagavad Vidhi, forget everything, surrender to Krishna, chant Krishna's name and you are back. So which is really easier and practical. Bhagavad. You got the answer, Prabhuji? Thank you.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
there are mentions in, there are stories about people telling Narayana's name once and getting benedictions.
Yes.
So why we have to chant 16 rounds?
Yeah, that's a very good question. The Narayan mantra has got full power, but that's not for Kali Yuga. Each yuga has got its own mantras. So Narayana, Om Namo